Another beautiful Sunday afternoon. This is Rubbin Minds. Welcome. My name is Ebuka Obuchi, and we're great to have you here. What is the last day in the month of July? A month that has been described in international media as the deadliest month in recent history with regards to how many lives were lost across several countries, from Germany to the United States to France. You know, terrorism took root sadly in so many places, and the world has not seen as much violence as they did this month in a long time. And back here in Nigeria, it looks like the Northeast is still getting some respite with regards to Boko Haram and the offensive, which they continue to, which they used to pose to the Nigerian people. But attention has shifted again to the South, with the South and the Niger Delta being constantly in the hot seats or in the front burner of national discourse. So there's a lot that's still happening in this part with regards to security, or the lack of it. We're hearing talks about a negotiation possibly going on with the federal government and Niger Delta militants. I did see headlines this morning about a possible release of some political prisoners, if I must use those words, by the government in return for peace in the South and the Southeast. So there's a lot that's been happening. But it's a brand new week, and sports is going to take over a lot of the headlines across the world as we go forward. Rio 2016 commences on the 5th of August. So we're going to be talking a lot about sports across the world. I know Nigerians are not very excited about the Olympics this year. We're going into with a lot of scandals and disappointments with regards to funding and preparations, and, you know, basically the rankings of most of our sportsmen in their various sporting disciplines. But we can't help but support them and wish them all the best. This week also saw, or the past week also saw, the funeral of one of Nigeria's greatest sportsmen, Stephen Keshi, who passed away some time ago and was buried in Delta State. He came also with a bitter taste for a lot of people with regards to the federal government and the government in general participating or not in the funeral rites. People expected it to be sort of a funeral that would, you know, be something to be proud of for a lot of Nigerians, but there was no federal government presence. We're not sure exactly what happened or why that was the case. The family did express their disappointments because apparently they had moved dates several times to accommodate the government, but that didn't happen. But we wish him, his family, of course, all the strength they need to continue to pass through these hard times, and we hope he does rest in peace. We're going to be starting off unusually. We will start off with news in the week. We're going to be starting off with sports and football in particular, now talking about Nigerian football, Nigerian sports, and how the state of things are, talking about, of course, Stephen Keshi and all of the things that we should be expecting going forward. And I have here with me someone who's a very interesting guest. Some of you might know him from social media, YouTube in particular. He's a huge fan of Arsenal, and I hear also Heartland of Owerri. Kelechi Anyekudi, thanks for being here today.
Thank you very much, Ebuka.
All the way from I almost said Highbury, from the Emirates. Yes. How's it going? How's Arsenal?
Signing one exceptional player and then two mediocre players. So we're still hoping that they'll sign a striker and a defender with Mertesacker injured.
Are you part of the Wenger out hashtag crew?
I'm indifferent. I'm for peace. I'm actually trying to manage the two sets of fans. Yeah. I'm just indifferent. Wenger, I respect Wenger for what he has achieved, for his longevity, just like I respect Sir Alex Ferguson for his longevity. But I can also understand what the Wenger out people are saying. So I'm actually indifferent. For me, we should just unite and support the team. That's what I believe in. Yes.
You know, the role of a coach is one that's probably the most critical in any team, and he's always the hero or the fall guy almost instantly whenever that comes up. And we were talking about Stephen Keshi earlier, and that was his case pretty much. He went from being, you know, the guy who won us the Nations Cup as a player and as a coach against all odds, you know, and then after that, all of the controversies came up with him and the Nigerian Football Federation, and then he had to leave the position, and we started hearing about him being old. And, you know, there were so many stories regarding his coaching at the time. And then he passed away, unfortunately, which came as a shock, of course, to a lot of people, because there were talks about him moving to South Africa at the time to coach a club there. everybody expected, with regards to his resume, the utmost respect, at least it was the final respect we could have paid him. And then we saw pictures online, with government not being there. We did hear, we couldn't make it, but I sent a representative. Or, there were a lot of excuses. I don't know. What was your take on all of that? Do you think he was done what he deserved? No.
It's disgraceful, it's disappointing. The NFF, they're this is the president. When I heard on the last sports show you guys had on channels that he was vomiting in the morning. If the FIFA president was coming that morning, he would be well. He will stand up and go and receive the FIFA president. So I'm disappointed that government didn't show up for a hero, a Nigerian hero. You see, that's the thing with Nigerians, Where I come from now, where I'm coming back from, we respect celebrities, we respect heroes. I walk into Nigeria, I come in, I can see Ebuka on the road tomorrow. I know Ebuka is kind of a Nigerian hero, he does well for the press. And I would like to greet Ebuka, take a selfie. But other Nigerians will walk past Ebuka because they don't know Ebuka. So Nigerians don't even have respect for heroes. They don't have respect for celebrities. It's the same Nigerian mentality. And I'm disappointed because Keshi doesn't deserve it. Even if he didn't end up with NFF, in debt, there should be no beef in debt. There should be total respect in debt. It's a sad situation. It doesn't take you how many minutes or how many hours. You compare your last respect and you turn back and it's done. Tomorrow, I don't know what they want to do and then probably name a stadium after him. Probably that's fine. But I think at that point, that Friday or Saturday he was being buried, they need to be there. You go open registers, condolence registers in your offices to sign. Why not? You're supposed to even deliver the registers to the family to say, please. You know how it's done abroad? A hero dies, national flag and all that, pass it on to your wife, with the condolence stuff. That ceremony, that picture, that level of care, that's what the family need. And then all of a sudden, you just disappoint. So, I believe the first son gave a long statement. Yes. I just supported that he was straight to the point. He didn't even, he don't give a damn, just straight to the point. We don't need them to bury our father. He's their own hero as well.
But what does this do for the psyche of people? I know you're talking about celebrities. I know it's